Hi everybody, welcome to your weekly dose of the Boomer Broads. It's like a medicine, like your medicine.
Or a disease.
Or a disease. Yeah, nicely put. You see the new member of our show.
Oh, we've had requests.
This
We've had
is
requests.
Ricky.
He's
Because
very
no one's
shy.
met Ricky yet. Is he the cutest little bushki you've ever seen?
Hey,
Say
buddy.
hello, Ricky.
Yes, hi, good boy.
Lucy is bereft, staring in
And
need
she just
of attention.
and Janet just said, "You hate Lucy." I said, "I don't hate Lucy. I love Lucy."
Hates Lucy.
But
That's
I love
what she
Lucy.
hunted.
Isn't that a good
Yeah, that's
segue
funny.
into
That's
what
funny.
we're talking about?
Lucy and Ricky, yeah, that's funny. All right.
So anyway, this is Ricky. You won't be seeing much of Ricky.
This is real life,
Okay,
kids.
now you can come down.
All
Come on
right,
down.
bye-bye, Ricky.
He's
Good
like,
to see you.
uh-uh,
All right,
right here.
anyway. Well, while she's tangled, okay.
Okay,
Oh,
there we
yeah,
go.
well, now I have a little fight going on between Lucy and Ricky.
It's looking better. We've been fighting all day.
Because, you know, that was real life, wasn't it? This is a reality show, isn't it?
To some extent, I
Yeah.
suppose.
Although, actually, before I even... Oh, get together, sis. Before I even go
And I-
into...
I
You
know
fix
I've had
that.
it
In fact, I
fixed.
want to make a comment. I don't know about you, but I am peeved. Again, the
Excuse me.
Boston... Lucy! The
Use the
Boston
fan.
Globe... I will.
There.
The Boston Globe has released its list of the 25 most stylish Bostonians. And
And
again,
you're not on it.
neither one of us. Year after year. What do we have to do? Look at the hair.
Alone.
The hair alone warrants inclusion
Alone.
on the list.
Although I have my new suit on.
And you look lovely, although it's got all of Ricky's hairs all over.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
And on that list, out of the 25 people, one baby boomer, or as I like to call it, the sacrificial boomer. Okay.
On every show. It's a
Well, which
sacrificial
leads
boomer.
us to reality television. There is not a boomer to be had. They'll put one 60-year-old guy on Survivor.
I
He's
don't-
usually dead by the third
I don't
week.
watch reality television, by the way.
Oh, I do. And then they'll put
But
one
that was
boomer.
why we're talking about it today, because Janet has decided that's what we should talk about, but I don't have anything to say. Good. I'll do all the talking, she said.
Perfect. They have one
Except
boomer.
that I do have some
on
very
the big-
interesting food for
Can I
thought.
just finish this point?
Go ahead, hurry.
They have one
In your
boomer
hurry.
on The Biggest Loser. What happens? They're usually in the hospital, hooked up to tubing, in like week 2. You know, and then I'm thinking, what is the reason? And I'm realizing, think about it, a reality show filled with boomers. What would we be doing? We'd be talking about
Whining.
We'd be talking about incontinence.
Menopause.
And going to bed
Hot
at 10.
flashes.
People would be watching something, we'd all be asleep. You know, it's really not good television.
Yeah, you have to
We're
have
not-
early reality.
Early, yeah, like 4
But
p.m.
speaking
Big
of
Brother
reality-
featuring- well, okay, we'll move right on then. See, we've shortened up the show, so moving very quickly.
Although we heard that we were too short last week. We're sorry about
Well,
that.
some
So
people
we're gonna-
actually were quite pleased with how short we were. Thanks a lot. And then others,
Those
with
with
taste,
lives were
right? Those with
we're
taste
grateful.
wanted us to.
So, do we think that Laura Schlesinger was right when she said that, or Kate Hudson, who is quoting Laura Schlesinger, that all men think about is, let me get this right, sex and sandwiches? Or actually, more accurately, sex, sports, and sandwiches.
I don't even understand what the question is.
So
Isn't it a given?
The only male on our staff
Was appalled.
Was appalled. He said,
Absolutely
I
appalled.
disagree with that. I disagree when we said, really? Well, what else is there for you?
What else do you think about, Mike? And I was like,
Yeah.
well,
Maybe a walk
you
on
know,
the
I'm
beach. I'm
hungry
like,
suddenly.
that's
Yeah.
your wife thinking about that.
How
That's
about
not
a walk
you.
on the beach? That was a good one.
That
Well,
was-
what, you know, really, what else is there?
For
Fashion?
whom?
Are they thinking about fashion?
Fashion.
No. Are they thinking
The
about
kids.
the Darwinian theory of how life began? I don't think so.
But
I think they're right on the money.
Is
It's
this
Kate
something
Hudson.
that we actually agree on?
Yeah, which is not good. So we
No.
should go back to reality television. No, just kidding. That is
I
reality.
think it's very interesting. Very, very
And actually,
interesting.
I think
It
reality
explains a lot, too.
television feeds right into that because you cannot find a sensitive, intelligent male role model on reality television. The Bachelor, hello.
Oh,
Flava
that's
Flav,
the
well,
one.
maybe Flava Flav. Wait, let me take it back. What's it? Maybe Hulk Hogan. I mean, there are some really great guys on
I think
reality
Hulk
television. No,
Hogan's
I'm kidding you. Ozzy
hideous,
Osbourne.
by
I
the
mean,
way.
go down the list. One great man after another. But it is true. And if you look at like a Big Brother or a Real World or any of these shows, these guys are just about sex. They're really,
Sports.
forget even food. I mean, I think food is really like food
And
needs
make me a
it.
sandwich.
Right, and make me
And
a
make
sandwich.
me a sandwich.
But I'm going to say that the women are not much better. Something horrible is happening and Marissa's laughing and it's bad. Is it the dogs? even want to know
Our
what's happening
fans.
behind us. Are they
Okay.
jumping up?
No, they're eating the plants.
Oh, there isn't
Yeah,
that.
aren't they
Reality
cute? Really?
television. Dogs also think
Okay, so
only
are
about
we
food.
done with reality television, or?
Well, I had wanted to
Excuse
talk
us.
more about it
No.
and really understand why nobody wants to see anybody older than 30 on these
But this
shows.
is the whole discussion. This is why we're doing our own show, because there are none. This is our boomer
well, what do
reality
you watch?
television right
what
here.
What television do you
You're gonna
watch?
you're gonna make me say it, aren't you?
I hope
Everybody Loves Raymond. My favorite show, by the way. It's true. I live for Everybody Loves Raymond. Reruns.
Uh-huh.
Seinfeld.
Well, which is better than
Is
my
it
favorite
Curb Your
Martian or the
Enthusiasm?
Andy Griffith Show. At least you've moved into like the 1970s.
And there's one, I don't even know if they do it anymore, when they founded the, what is it, TV Land?
Yeah, TV Land.
One network for baby boomers.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they're all reruns.
And you know, TV Land, and I'm mad at TV Land, have started a reality show called The Cougar.
Really?
You know it. You see what I see? I'm a wealth.
So
The
there's your
Cougar.
sex
So
and sandwiches,
that's,
right?
so there you go again. So even the Boomer station had to go right down into
Had
the
to
gutter.
sink.
Into the gutter. But again, what would a Boomer reality show be? I wonder, like, you know the Big Brother premise where you have, I don't know how many people, 20 maybe, who live in a house together and sort of try to coexist and don't very well coexist. Do you know the premise? Have you seen
Yeah,
any
sorta,
of it?
kinda, yes, sorta.
Do you have a life?
I read.
You go to sleep. You read.
I hear.
You read People
I hear.
magazine.
That's
She
fine.
reads. She's reading. What would happen if you put 20 baby boomers in?
I
a
think it
room?
would be hysterical.
What would be so funny?
Oh, they'd be limping a lot. First of all, we're not all decrepit. You know, we do ride and run and walk, and you know, we do
but
have
there's
a lot
a
of
lot
gumption.
of complaining.
Yeah, so.
I don't know if it would
How about
be
the biggest
terribly
complainer?
interest- The biggest complainer.
The biggest
That's
whiner.
a Boomer show. The biggest whiner.
There you
Perfect.
go.
Done. Should we end the show right now? We're done.
The
Actually, that's
fine
kind
wine.
of what
we'll
this
call
show
it
is.
fine wine.
Fine wine.
Fine
Very nice. It's
wine,
beautiful.
see?
Well, I'm just intrigued by it, and I always get a kick
Right
out of
in,
that.
right in.
I
folks.
get a kick out of the fact that all of these shows always have one of us. And
And
we're
they're
always
eliminated.
pathetic.
And they're usually
You know,
eliminated
The
in the first
Amazing
round.
Race. Have you ever seen The Amazing Race? They always have one, like your grandfather and his granddaughter, and by the second show, she's like, well, Grandpa's phlebitis is acting up, and I don't know how he's going to run from Guam to Maui, you know, on one
But
leg.
think
I'm
about
going to
it.
carry
But think
him.
about
And
it.
they're
There's
out the
70
next
million
show.
of us. What an audience we would have. 70 million of us.
Yes,
We'd be
would have-
tuning in.
But again, we're not awake, so I'm questioning maybe that's the
Well, it
problem.
would have to be early.
Lucy.
It wouldn't
Lucy
be
is
10
looking for something that doesn't exist. Isn't that
Aren't we
interesting?
all?
And we
Aren't
should end on
we
that
all?
note, since we're trying to shorten things up, aren't we?
By the
all
way,
looking for something that
we
doesn't
need
exist.
17 more friends.
We have done so well.
We'll pay you.
And we appreciate
We'll buy you.
We are 17 fans away from our customized site.
Come
what do we have to do?
on. Don't you all?
Food.
If you all.
If
just,
you're men, we'll offer you food, sex.
No.
Or in sports.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Oh no, you'll offer them sex. That's right. You're the one who offers all the sex. You
No,
remember a
I
previous
used
show
to.
where
I
Emily was
used to.
sleeping with everybody. She's still the talk of the town.
People are still talking
The
about
clients wrote us and said,
We
"We
have to wrap
hear
it up."
you've increased your services at the agency." Nice. How embarrassing is
I
that?
asked them what services they were requiring.
I think we all knew what they were talking about.
Before I
Anyway,
could give them a price.
we need to
Anyway.
wrap because this is a shortened version of the Boomer Broads, and for those of you who, you know, are upset about that, write in, and for those of you who love it, we've been hearing awfully too much from you.
Facebook. What would they have to
Oh,
do to stay in touch with
Facebook.
us?
www.theboomerbroads.com. Go on to Facebook, put in the Boomer Broads into the little search window, and talk with us. Comment back and forth. We often put comments on, don't we, Anne-Marie? Do you ever put a
Often.
comment
I actually
on?
checked my Facebook page today. Yay!
She's come a long way. She's
Okay,
come a long way.
wrap it up.
Okay, next week, more fun. Thank you from the Broads.
More sex.